Good morning and welcome to the ODPP Café. My name is Anita Onuko. I'm your host for the show. The ODPP Café is brought to you by the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, and you're live on Facebook. The show takes 1 hour from 8 to 9 a.m. We are also on YouTube at the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution. We are also on Twitter at ODPP_KE. I welcome you to follow us on Twitter. I welcome you to follow us on Facebook, as well as on YouTube. You can invite your friends to subscribe as well, so that you know when the show comes up every Friday. So this show is here to educate you, to inform you about the criminal justice system. We tell you the stories from an ODPP perspective. More often, we bring experts on the show to talk to us about different topics in the criminal justice system. We've done about 45 shows now. This is the 46th episode, I believe. And of course, we have an expert on the show who's going to take us through the topic for this week. So you're welcome to comment, you're welcome to engage, you're welcome to ask questions. And of course, we'll have to sample them at the end of the show. And if you have a problem, we will definitely look at it and see how to deal with it at the end of the show. Once again, thank you so much for joining us. Join us as we learn. Join us as we understand how the justice system works. And of course, let us know what to do when in contact or in conflict with the law. Sometimes it's not even about you, it's about your friend, your neighbor, or your family. And you'll have learned something from the show that will definitely help them navigate the system. So karibu sana once again. And as always, we start with the courts, highlights of the courts. And this is how it went down this week in the courts. And like we say, it's never exhaustive, just a few highlights from the courts. Karibu sana and have a look. So you've heard the ODPP say that they want to become a 21st century prosecution service. And that doesn't happen overnight. It's not a one-time show. There's a process to it. And today we are here to see part of the process. So this week on our social media channels, we've been talking about the PTI, the Prosecution Training Institute, an institute that is owned and run by the ODPP. And today on the show, I have the director of PTI, and I'd like to give her a chance to introduce herself. She's never been on the show, so let us hear from her. Karibu sana, Madam Rhoda, and introduce yourself and tell us what you do at the ODPP.
Thank you, Anita.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rhoda Ogoma. I am an acting deputy director in charge of the Prosecution Training Institute. The Prosecution Training Institute, PTI, is one of the departments in the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. And like the name connotes, we really are the training wing of the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions.
Okay. So is it right when I say that it is from here that we actually move towards a 21st century prosecution service?
You're not far from the truth.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what we seek actually to accomplish by the time, you know, anyone is signing off in retirement. They would be saying that I passed through PTI, that I have delivered 21st century prosecution services to the people of Kenya.
Good. Yeah, so this show is, like I said at the beginning, we aim to educate, to inform people about how the ODPP runs, and of course the criminal justice system at large. So today it's all about the ODPP, and that's why you're here alone. So most of the time we have a guest, 2 guests or 3, but today the spotlight is on you.
I should have had time to be with someone else. But
so next time we'll do that.
Yeah.
But karibu sana to the show once again. We're glad you're here, and it's a privilege for us to have this discussion with you. So just to start us off, just give us a brief history of the PTI.
Wow, brief history of the PTI.
The history of the PTI. Let me not say brief, just the history of the PTI.
So as far as I can remember, and well, I am privileged to have served as a prosecutor, and this is my 21st year.
Oh, I was just about to ask you, how long have you been a prosecutor?
Many years.
21.
Like 21.
That's a lifetime.
So the PTI story begins with the promulgation of the new constitution, I guess. And during that period, what happened was there was clamor for access to justice and provision of professional services to the Kenyan people. And it was obvious, because I can tell you that when I joined the Department of Public Prosecutions in the then Attorney General's office, we would just learn from the deep end. Then we said, now, if we have to professionalize, there has to be a show of that professionalization. And professionalization is really about building the capacity to be professional. So a lot of skills impartation, and training generally. So we came up with the concept. I think that was as far back as 2014, 2015. After we had put in place structures for the new Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. And that concept was just that on paper.
It was a concept.
Yes. It never saw the light of day. Come September 2018, that is when he made the pronouncement of the establishment of the Prosecution Training Institute. And now it was all systems go for a PTI. Yeah.
So you talked about the past, and you must tell us your first experience. Do you just leave college, KSL, and then you go into court? Is that what used to happen?
Actually, mine is a very interesting story, because I was sworn in after 2 days of serving as a prosecutor already. And oh my God, the first case that I ever handled, you know, those ones of just go to court and do what you can, was, you know, a high profile case by all standards then. It was a murder case. It involved the murder of a then member of parliament in Githurai. And you go to court and the court is full. And you're trying to remember your law of evidence and the criminal procedure, and you're just telling yourself, oh my God. And the judge tells you, you know, what is your opening statement? So you just have to gather yourself from the deep end and do what needs to be done. And then the judge would probably call you to chambers and say, you see, you tried. And or they would help you even ask the questions. So yes, then you would come and start even before.
Okay. I actually never connected the dots between the establishment of PTI and the promulgation of the new constitution. So like I say again, it's a learning moment. It's a learning curve for me. So this is where now you train prosecutors to be who they are out there, to sort of espouse what the DPP or the ODPP wants to be, the 21st century prosecution service.
Yes.
So what mission guides the PTI?
So the mission vision.
Yes.
The PTI's vision, as it stands right now, is basically a world-class center of excellence for prosecutorial training and research. Of course, in appreciation of the fact that with training, better training has to have a component of research. And we also have a mission, and our mission is to offer comprehensive capacity building and technical assistance to prosecutors, and not just prosecutors, and criminal justice actors in matters of training and research, actually.
Is there another PTI of the same institution in Africa, in East Africa?
There's no PTI or other prosecution training institute within the region, and that's the East African region. And even the mention of prosecutors training in other jurisdictions, we've only heard of South Africa for a bit, but it is like the same institute that trains the judges and everyone else. So PTI is a first.
But like we were discussing earlier, PTI is not just for prosecutors.
No. I mean, prosecution, we have to look at it wholesomely. And prosecution, professional prosecutions generally, does not imply just, the lawyering aspect of the prosecution mandate as provided under the Constitution. As the way I look at it is that there are other services that support the prosecution function. And they, much as they are services that exist within the public service or even outside of the public service, there's something that is peculiar about prosecution. And so even if you're a clerical officer, you're a secretary, you're an administrator, you have to be able to understand the unique needs of prosecutors for you to then be able to effectively support the prosecution function. So PTI, as conceived right now, the structure of the kind of curriculum we will be offering is such that we have the prosecutors, yes, but all the staff of ODPP are welcome or are supposed to mandatorily train.
So when you say mandatory, does it mean that if I get a job at ODPP at whatever level, I have to pass through PTI?
Actually, yes, because, well, that ties in very well with the kind of courses that are offered. So anyone who comes into ODPP has to mandatorily be inducted into the organization. And that implies that you must, of necessity, be taken through the PTI for training to equip you to then now.
So this is where induction takes place?
Yes.
Not just for prosecutors. I'm repeating that for clarity.
Yes.
So that we don't assume that PTI is just for prosecutors.
Yes.
So not just for prosecutors, but for all staff.
For all staff of PTI. And I would explain that from the angle of, like, for example, currently we have 105 newly recruited prosecutors.
Okay.
We just had about 65 prosecution clerks who were brought on board slightly earlier during the time, and we also have like about 35 researchers. All of them are waiting. They've just reported actually this week, and they're all waiting to go through the induction.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. How long does induction take?
Now it depends.
On your level?
Yes. Not really level, which category of person is being inducted. Because you see, we will not bore you down with prosecution stuff. We will take you through really orientation of what the functions of government are, what do you expect, and what do we expect from you when you're serving the ODPP. So there'll be that component of you as a prosecutor, in which case we also want the professionalization of the skills that you have. And when you're the support services, our support system, which we call in ODPP central facilitation, then we will also expect that by the time you're done with the induction, you better understand what is expected of you to support the ODPP's constitutional mandate.
Okay, quite interesting. So there's the Excellence Charter by the ODPP, which is more or less a roadmap towards 21st century prosecution service. So how does the PTI fit into this?
Okay, now the Excellence Charter has what we call the commitments. And commitment number 2 is actually lifelong learning. But all of our commitments have been unpacked in a manner that takes into account the main focus for the vision bearer, who is the DPP. You know, his main focus is to recast, to retool, and to ensure that there's relearning. So under the recasting has been unpacked in a manner that simplifies it to within what we refer to as the 3 C's. Under the 3 C's, we are supposed to collaborate, to cooperate, and to coordinate. So collaboration, really we have to collaborate with other institutions that offer what we may not be the specialists, so to speak. You can't be a master of everything. Exactly. Yeah. So for example, if I may give an example, Kenya School of Government is big on management and government operations. Any staff that is joining the ODPP is joining the public service. Yes. We need to collaborate with them to offer the management trainings. Now, cooperation is both within and without. Cooperation in that when we have to offer specialized courses, we have specialized departments within the office. We've specialized organizations out there, you know, ministries, departments, and agencies. So for example, it's something about corruption. It would be, you know, below par for us to really talk about corruption without involving the corruption experts. Yes. So we have to collaborate and cooperate with ESCC, for example, so that you give a wholesome, what we would consider wholesome. Yeah. And all of that requires coordination. Yes. So under the 3 C's. Yeah. Then now we talk about retooling, which is the big thing. Yeah. Retooling is really giving everyone their tools of trade. So ensuring that, yes. So that requires, for example, that prosecutors will need to research well before they go to court. The library falls under the PTI. We have to ensure that it is well stocked with books for reference. We have to ensure that we pursue aspects such as, you know, e-libraries, so that, you know, wherever you are, you can access libraries. But PTI as it is right now, I would tell you that the biggest aspect of retooling is providing the infrastructure. And providing the infrastructure is having the classrooms, having computers, you know, having recreation, we have, learning environment, even the meals, so that when people are here, they can play football, they can go and sleep and rest or something. There's Wi-Fi within the building. Yeah. So that basically you have the tools you need. It's a campus. Yes, this is supposed to be a campus. So we are talking about, you know, a 21st century top-notch kind of campus. Yeah. And then finally, the relearning aspect is all about now what curriculum is going to be offered here. Okay. Yes. So that's good that we talk about the curriculum. So what courses are going to be offered here? And say, how long is a diploma here? Okay. So we aren't offering the diploma yet. Okay. But PTI is envisioned to provide a 1-year diploma for all prosecutors. The rest of the support team is not going to be subjected to that whole 1 year. Yeah. So I'll just by way of knowledge dispersing, I would say that we have a curriculum that has 17 modules. Okay. Of the 17 modules, about 5 of them are interdisciplinary. All right. Meaning it is what, you know, they consist of cross-cutting issues that everybody needs to know, both prosecutors and non-prosecutors. Yeah. And then the rest are really technical. And so what will be happening is that for the inductees, if you are a prosecutor, then there will be instances when you are on campus, either doing class or online, because we have a learning management system that is just about to be deployed.
Okay.
So you can have your classes either online when the session is for an online option, or in person when we need you to be in class and doing it practically. And then we will also have instances when you're on placement in the field to actually put into practice what you're learning. And one big component about our curriculum, and which now is not of interest much to the non-prosecutors, would be the aspect of trial advocacy.
What is trial advocacy? Trial
advocacy ties in with my story at the beginning around how you just go to the court and swim through because you do not have the skills. So PTI wants to cure that. It wants to ensure that by the time we are giving you files to go to court, we've taught you how to do your opening statement, how to cross-examine, how to lead lead evidence in chief, and how to re-examine and even make your submissions. So to be an all-round lawyer, so to speak. So trial advocacy is all about lawyering skills. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And so explain a bit that if I leave campus right now, I've done my law, I go to KSL, then you give me a job at ODPP, you'll have to take me through a 1-year training diploma.
Yes.
To prepare me for the...
For prosecution, for 21st century prosecution.
Do I pay for it?
No. If you are a member of staff, then the office has the responsibility of bringing you to the level that it requires you to be. Though with time, and I don't think it's so far away, we will also open our doors to people who really want to acquire prosecution skills.
Can I just want to acquire prosecution skills and not want to work at the ODPP?
Well, you know, if you come in after you have been recruited, it's different from when you express interest from outside. So when you express interest from outside, then you are paying for it because we are building your capacity. We don't know whether you're going to be a prosecutor in Botswana or Tanzania or Uganda. So that's the difference.
So I can actually finish my requirements in campus and KSL and apply for a diploma here.
Yes.
With the hope.
Yes.
Not a guarantee.
Yes.
With the hope that I will be employed at ODPP.
Yes. Of course, you have, you know, the preferential treatment that you have gone through, and you have already shown interest in serving with us. That in itself gives you an edge over somebody else.
You know, is it Kenyanese? It's human to expect that if I go through your institute, then you will see me and give me a job. Because
we will see you, but we will still subject you to the interview that every other member of staff. The only upward thing for you would be that you've already done the diploma, and so you don't have to go through all of the mandatory training that the other prosecutors go through.
All right. So interesting. So trial advocacy is one of the things you must teach.
Yes.
And somebody must learn.
Yes, and subject to, give a lot of time to, because we have to sharpen your skills in presentation before court.
Like that never happened before, I'm shocked.
No,
you just learned and start.
Let me tell you, so I've told you I've been around for a while. The first time that I went through a trial advocacy training was, I think, about 5 years. Actually, 5 years, because it was in August 2006, I think. That is when we first did trial advocacy and was supported by OPDAT. The U.S. Department of Justice is the one that
supported.
Introduced it like really actively.
Wow. Then you must be good at what you do. I mean, you're here.
I enjoyed active court prosecution. I enjoy mentoring, junior staff and people who ask the questions and need to be shown the way. And you just share what you learned. You don't expect everybody to learn the hard way like you did. So if you can make it easier for somebody.
You never feel like telling somebody,
no, it was sad. That was rough. That was savage.
But at least you learned something out of it.
Yes.
So so who awards the certificates? Like if you go through the diploma or whatever certification you go through here, who awards?
So currently we, of course, the director, PTI, together with the DPP, sign off the certificates, because that is routine training. But when we eventually get to the level of offering the diploma, you know, the DPP has already appointed the Management Council. Actually, he chairs it and has determined who else will be on the Management Council. And we also have what we call the Academic Board. And we have an examinations board. So it's not going to be an easy ride being in PTI, because you will sit exams, exams that are moderated, you know, countrywide standards or even international standards. So yes, at that time, then the board will determine the kind of process we will follow for offering the certificates and also the diploma. Yes. So currently, we are pending the accreditation process to offer the diploma. So what we are doing right now is doing pockets of the modules and just giving ODPP certificates. Yes.
Wow, learning just never stops. Imagine going through your LLB, and then KSL, and then you have to pull another year. And of course...
And then, of course, training, or rather the requirements for your promotion, you get to a level where you must do your masters. You must, there are some management courses that you have to undergo or to undertake before you get your promotion. So learning is a continuous process.
Doesn't stop.
Yes.
So what we didn't answer, I think at the beginning, is the entry requirements for this, and I think it's just having an LLB.
Yes, you must.
And of course, right now, a KSL diploma.
Of course, entry requirements to the PTI, of course, for prosecutors, is that you have an LLB. But for the other staff, the fact that we have recruited you. For everybody else out there, you express your interest and meet the requirements that the academic board will require for you to do a certificate or a certain module. Yes.
Yeah, I was telling you earlier about the link between communication and say prosecution service. Unless you understand how the lawyers work, then you won't be able to communicate. And I think of late I've become quite a champion of legal comms.
So you're a lawyer, prosecutor already.
Let's help them communicate what they do. And it's quite interesting for me, quite interesting. So the other question, I bet, and I don't know whether it is time yet, but then can we talk about some milestones that you have achieved since establishment of PTI?
Yes, we can.
And I like the way you're passionate about PTI. It's a good thing.
Well, it's nice to help people grow. So for starters, the number of people who have had to be inducted after, you know, the establishment of PTI. I remember the first batch, which was done in around 2018, and that was for 3 months. Of course, we've been doing 3 months until now. The diploma curriculum is out.
And you've actually held a graduation, right?
Yes, we have. So we've had 2 graduations. It's just that the other one was not here because we didn't have the premises yet. So we had 70 prosecutors go through the induction. Then, of course, we've had quite a number, around 44 other members of staff were trained. They were about 39 researchers, 39 prosecutors, and about 5 researchers who came on board last year. Those ones are the ones that graduated here. And now we are planning on inducting the 105 prosecutors and 35 researchers and the other staff who are coming on board. So PTI, starting from end of May or even early May, is going to be a beehive of activities.
I can imagine.
A
full campus.
Yes, a full campus with rooms and nice beds and everything.
There are hostels as well.
Yes, we have hostels. Yes, we have hostels. Good beds.
Campus.
I mean, state-of-the-art rooms and that kind of thing.
This is quite interesting. Now I think more than ever, because we get a lot of comments on Facebook and on Twitter. People want to work at ODPP. So I'm imagining post this video, there's going to be even more interest in working at ODPP, because you want to know, as an employee or as a new employee, that you're going to be trained. You won't be thrown into the deep end. So I think this is quite an important discussion that we're having today. But expect a lot of people will want to come.
Exactly, but we need also to let them know the kind of courses that are offered. So aside from the diploma, which is like an induction diploma, we will be having, of course, now the induction courses. We have professional development, continuous professional development. The way we say learning is a continuous process, and the law apparently just keeps evolving. Crime keeps, you know, evolving as well with us. We have what we call specialized courses as well. So the specialized courses, you know, like for example, there's talk about terrorism, there's talk about corruption. We did a lot of piracy, money laundering, and even just homicide. There are prosecutors who are staffed in our specialized divisions who will have to acquire specialized skills and also be brought up to date with new case law, with new international happenings and everything. So specialized courses are a must undertake here. Of course, priority is given to the people working in the division and the people who express interest in those specific thematic areas. And then of course we have mentorship and coaching, and that we do it small scale now, but in large numbers, because every new prosecutor that is employed is attached at regional level or at county level, and they work under seasoned prosecutors, you know, just mentoring them and holding their hand, and they are, you know, coached around what is expected of them and what to do. And then, of course, the other big thing which the DPP has at heart is the visiting professionals option. Yes, where we get attachments, we receive in Kenya and train. Like, for example, just recently, we had a team from Seychelles that wanted to know about Kenya, the law and the practice, you know, and we also take our staff elsewhere. I think it was in 2021, early 2021. No, is it 2020? I cannot. COVID has messed us
the calendar,
but we had 6 of our staff, a mix of prosecutors actually and admin staff, who were attached to the Attorney General's office in Washington, D.C. for 6 months. And I think we cannot say enough about them being our change champions in the office.
So you're seeing a difference?
Yes, yes, yes. It wasn't in vain.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay. So, will there be more information about PTI on the website? How can I get more information about PTI if at all I want to pursue?
Okay, so of course we will not post the curriculum, but we are just about to, you know, go live. The PTI website has to come. Of course, it will just be one of the windows on the main ODPP on the website. So a lot of stuff, you know, the students' handbook, the training policy, and any other information regarding PTI, including the training calendar, once it's made by the academic board, will be uploaded so that those who wish to express their interest aside from internal staff can get
information. So finally, future plans.
Future plans.
What is our future? You're talking about a state-of-the-art modern campus.
Oh, I need to talk about our moot court building. Yes. You know, and I don't think there's anywhere else that a training institute actually has that moot court building in Africa.
So what's a moot court for people who don't know?
Moot court is a place, it's a structure that has provision for a courtroom environment. Generally. So you have where the judges will sit, and even where they retire to. You have where witnesses are prepped. You have where victims also get to rest. Of course, it's a full-fledged, you know, self-supplying courtroom building, basically.
So you're building that here?
Yes, there is one here. I wish I had time to take you around.
We'll do that, I think,
and
the next time.
You do that.
So this new prosecutor is a very lucky human being.
Exactly.
They're coming in to an already set path for them.
Exactly. And you know, the beauty is when you're dealing with an institution that the leadership is also passionate
Yes.
about the 21st century thing we are talking about, then now they think beyond the normal standards.
Okay, I think I'm done with the questions I had about PTI. I'm hoping we'll come and go round the, when you're done, I will go see how the 21st Century Training Institute actually looks like, including the moot court. And I like the passion you show about PTI. It shows. It shows.
You should walk around and see. Right now we are busy making the campus that we want it to be.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the insights. We are looking forward to learning more about PTI.
Thank you, karibu.
Okay. Asante sana.
Asante.
So we've come to the end of the show, and I want to thank you once again for joining us. It's been an interesting chat about PTI. Who knew that there could be an institute that's going to train prosecutors and even more for those who are working for an institute like the ODPP. So we've learned about the PTI. There's going to be more information on the website about PTI. And like I was telling Madam Rhoda here, the new prosecutor, the person who comes from campus and wants to become a prosecutor, is a very lucky person because the path is laid out for them on how to become the best in their field. So there's going to be training about how to conduct yourself when you go out there for maybe your first case. She called it trial advocacy. You're going to be taught how to become a lawyer, and you'll work under experienced lawyers, and you're going to be given a chance to experience the theory now in practice. So that's it about PTI. It's working towards a 21st century prosecution service like the ODPP and the DPP espouses in their excellence charter. And she's talked about the relearning, retooling, recasting, and the 3 C's, if you got it right. And I think the document is actually online, right? The excellence charter.
Yes, it is.
Then you can see where PTI actually falls in. So there we go, guys. There is a whole campus here in Loresho. We didn't even say where we are.
Yeah, we are located in Loresho on an 18-acre piece of land.
18 acres.
Yes. Which is being converted into the campus that we desire to have.
So a full training institute with classrooms, with hostels, with recreation facilities and Wi-Fi, like for this generation, you can't go on without Wi-Fi.
And we will have a swimming pool as well.
And there's gonna be a swimming pool.
A clubhouse.
Watu tuwaende wasome law. Wakuje hapa wote.
Wanakaribishwa.
So thank you so much. We'll sample your comments and we'll see how to respond to them. And of course, if there's any issue that needs to be addressed separately, it shall be addressed. I want to wish you a good weekend ahead. And of course, today, have a restful one. And let's catch up in the week with our next topic. Thank you so much and God bless you.